This video was previously recorded.
Hi everyone, how are you doing? Thank you for stopping by my channel, The Blessed Driver. Yes, there is another strike going on with some of the Instacart workers that is getting ready to form in November, which is next month of 2019. And I'm going to share just a little bit about that information with you right here on my channel. Now, I'm sure some of you guys are probably thinking, man, these Instacart workers are forever striking. And I can understand that because I'm still registered with the company as an Instacart shopper, and I have not participated in any strikes, and you know, it's just my personal preference. However, I think they have a valid point here, and until Instacart decides to change its ways, I believe that there's going to always be a strike or some type of a motion going on with the workers and with the Instacart company itself. Now, I'm going to read to you guys a snippet from Vice.com. Again, this is from Vice.com. And just a sidebar real quick. I did do a video on this 2 weeks ago, but I did not upload it. I got busy and I discarded the video to save some space. So yeah, I apologize about that. The title goes, Instacart delivery workers are planning a 3-day strike. In November, Instacart workers across the country will disrupt operations of the grocery delivery app by canceling and refusing to take orders. And they have done this before, and so I'm sure that some of you guys are familiar with this. A group of workers on the grocery delivery app Instacart are organizing a nationwide strike from November 3rd through the 5th to demand that the company restore its old tipping policies. Specifically, workers will ask Instacart to raise the default tip amount set by the company from 5% to 10% per order. Instacart shoppers who participate in the 3-day strike will be asked to take one of 3 actions, depending on their financial situation and the amount of risk that they're willing to take. Some workers will turn off the app for 3 days. Others are hoping to do more to disrupt Instacart's system, will sign up for as many regular orders as possible and then cancel them, passing them along to the next shopper. Those willing to take on the most risk won't fulfill batches of special on-demand orders, letting them time out and getting kicked off the app, and then repeating the process once they are let back on. I know that a lot of you guys are already familiar with this because this has happened before. Last year, I think, or the year before last, they had planned a strike. I can't say that it was too successful. Instacart did make a few changes here and there. From what I understand is that they're still messing with the tips. And if you think about it, guys, our tips were phenomenal back in the day. Like from 2016 through 17, late 17, it was really good. And then once 2018 hit, mid 2018 hit, that's when everything just took a nosedive. You know, you may have gotten a tip that was probably $20, or maybe used to getting tips around between $10 to $20 something, if not more. And now you're getting $2 tips. Instacart just wants to make sure that not only our customers repeatedly ordering from the platform, and they're lowering costs, allegedly, they also want to lower our costs, thinking that, okay, if they lower our costs, it's going to increase the company's bottom line. But they're not understanding that by doing so, it's affecting us, it's affecting you as a shopper, and you cannot take care of what you need to take care of financially because the company does not want to pay what they should be paying. Okay, now I want to say this real quick, you guys, just to go ahead and let this out there. I always say this in my videos, you know, people always have their opinion about the gig economy, about gig workers themselves, stating that this is not work, this is not a job. There are people that have sustained themselves, and myself included, that are able to work these platforms full time and do great. But we all know that the economy changes. And so I think that Instacart wants to make the platform similar to Uber Eats, where you just get on there every once in a while to make a few extra bucks here and there, and not to be able to sustain yourself financially on the platform. They need to change their marketing strategy and even how they promote the company, saying, oh yeah, you can make all this money from Instacart by shopping, which is not necessarily true in the case, because it varies from zone to zone, city to city, state to state. So everybody does not make the same amount. If you make $500, $600, $700 a week, somebody else may make $200 or $150 or whatever. So it varies. Okay, so I just wanted to say that You are an adult. You are allowed to make your own decisions and what you decide that's good income for you, and also what's flexible for your schedule. Okay, there are a lot of single parents. There are some parents who are married, but they have kids or they can't get a regular job for whatever the situation is, and so this is a good supplemental income for them to work. Okay, but now these are my personal thoughts about this strike. This is how I feel, because I've gone over this before about these strikes, and if someone tries to lead a strike, I feel like it has to be done in the best intention. And I'm not saying that who led this strike is not doing it in the best intention. There is a young lady who's leading a lot of the stuff, and I'm not going to name any names on here, so I'm not going to do that, and the link will be down there below. You can find out. But I just think that it's a good idea, especially when there are a lot of people involved who are wanting to make some extra money, or who are relying on this platform, or who are, just following the protocol to just to be a shopper, or what Instacart is putting out there. And so to me, that is deceptive of Instacart to do that. And of course, there are other platforms that do the same exact thing. And so I feel like if you want to personally participate in the strike, that's your prerogative. And if you do not want to participate in the strike, that's your prerogative. And if you don't participate in the strike, it doesn't mean that you're not for the company, you're not for the workers' rights, you're not for yourself. It just means that you just choose not to. And of course, as I said before in the article, some workers, they can't financially do that. Like, they can't afford to miss a lot of work, and so they're not going to do it. Not because they don't support the strike. It's just because they're like, you know what, I can't go 3 days without working because this is part of my main income, or whatever they choose to do. And so some workers aren't going to do it. It's because they're like, yeah, that's more batches for me. And so it's to each their own. But I just feel like it's going to be a continual process of strikes and litigations and things like that until these companies decide, you know what, we're going to do the right thing. I think they're going to either go out of business, or they're going to get bought out, or something to that effect. And so, but at the same time, I don't think that customers are going to necessarily stop using the company's app itself. They're not going to start using their business because it's easier for them. It's easy for people to order groceries and have the groceries delivered to them.
Thank you for watching. My channel will not be possible without viewers and subscribers like you. Please follow me online on Facebook and Twitter, and visit my website. If you would like to sow a seed to show your support, please check the description box below in this video on your ways to donate. Thank you again, and God bless you.
So despite of what's happening, I do believe that there are some consumers who feel that these strikes and these lawsuits are justified, and I agree, because I am not only just a shopper, but I'm also a consumer as well. I think that some people just don't want to get involved because it's easier for them to utilize the app the way that it is now. Now, say suppose if Instacart goes back to what it was before, we were getting paid per item, and we had a batch incentive for each batch, and we got great tips and things like that. And then of course I believe that they might feel like, okay, we're losing money. And I understand that the situation with Whole Foods, with them losing the partnership with Whole Foods, was kind of damaging to them, but they were still able to bounce back from that. I think Instacart is going to still try to partner with many different companies to subsidize the income that they lost from Whole Foods. So I don't believe that they're hurting too bad, but I believe that there's a reason as to why they're cutting so many costs to paying the workers. What they're doing is they're trying to subsidize tips from work. So it makes no sense for a shopper to go and shop for a customer who's ordered 40 items and maybe 65 units of something and pay somebody $7. Like, who wants to make that? Like, who wants to do that? And so despite of why somebody chooses to shop and deliver, or just do delivery only, or just be an in-store shopper, that's their own personal business. But somebody has to do it. You understand what I'm saying? So whatever someone chooses to do as work, and if they're not getting paid properly, they have every right to strike. They have every right to protest, and they have every right to go into a lawsuit, because Instacart has not owned up to what they said that they were going to do as part of taking care of its workers. And a lot of this just boils down to greed. If you decide to partake in this particular strike, which is from November 3rd to the 5th, that is your personal preference. Some people will, some people won't. I just always believe that if anyone is trying to form a strike, making sure that it is for the best intention, not to get somebody's name in lights or have your name in the newspaper or, you be on TV or anything like that, because that's what a lot of people do. They just want to be seen. And so it is done with the best intentions. I hope that it goes well. Instacart is getting ready to go through another lawsuit, $11 million. And so I know $11 million probably won't even put a dent in their bottom line, because it's a $1 billion company. And so it's not like, the workers, or we're trying to make the company go out of business, because there are some people that are trying to do that. It's the principle of the matter. It's the fact that Instacart is still stealing from its workers, and they're also being very deceptive to the customers. And not only that, you have a lot of customers that are still lying. They're trying to cheat the system. And then you may have some shoppers that are doing the same thing. They're lying. They're trying to cheat the system. And so a lot of this stuff affects everybody. And so I think that Instacart needs to be held accountable, not just them, other gig platforms as well. Once again, guys, if you decide that you would like to participate in the strike, there are some links down there below. You can click on any of the links to find out more information about how to participate, or just how to support it, and maybe send it along to some other gig workers as well. And also, I would highly suggest that you guys support Working Washington. Working Washington is a wonderful nonprofit organization that helps workers and gig workers try to get what they deserve as far as payment wise, and make sure that they're treated fairly. And the website is payup.wtf. I'm not going to say what WTF means, because I think you guys know what that means. Try to see how you can participate, and also join some of the online meetings and things like that. Form a chapter. I mean, there's so many different ways that you guys can help to support the strike, and also to help to support yourself as a gig worker, and making sure that you're getting paid what you deserve, because you do deserve the best. Okay, so once again, guys, all the information that you want to know is down there below. I know that some of you guys are going to ask me a ton of questions. I only know so much, but at the same time, if you go to the websites and fill out the information, you can get that back. You can also join some of the Facebook groups and things of that nature, and just go from there. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for stopping by my channel. I appreciate each and every one of you. I have more videos to come. Just been a little busy, but I love you. God bless you guys. Have a wonderful day.